this week on Shadow Puppets with Morgan and Tegan. Welcome to this week's episode of Teag and Mo Review on the Go, where we review a movie every week. We have a fancy system by which we review it. Oprah has approved it. It is the ASS scale. Morgan, what is the ASS scale? What does that stand for?
Acting.
Killing it.
Soundtrack.
Yep.
Secret Service.
No. Close. Storyline.
Storyline.
That's the one. Storyline. Sometimes, though, the word may be spelled with extra letters because we have other things we want to add, such as like design or
silent letters.
This week's movie is
Game Night.
Guys, Game Night was such a fun movie.
We love games and we love nights.
So when they made a movie about it, we were in. We were
had to
hooked.
go see
We
it. were
hooked already.
Yeah.
Also, it has Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams in it, who are hilarious in their own right, but together they were quite comedic. Like, speaking of characters, we're in takeaway acting. What did you think of the acting?
Hey! It's for
acting.
acting. I thought the acting was great. I think you're right. The guy who plays the dad in Friday Night Lights was in it, and he played a role that was wildly different from Friday Night Lights. He did a phenomenal job. Jason Bateman, I think that Jason Bateman played the role that he always plays, I feel like.
But I feel like
it's a great role.
Yeah, he does it well.
It fit the movie well.
It's very true.
So I give the A an A.
I think my favorite part was that Winnie the Bish was in it. He just kind of did like a surprise, fun little like, oh, Rachel McAdams, Jason Bateman, killing it. All of a sudden, boom, game night, Winston in the house. I thought another fun acting role was Jesse Plemons, who plays Landry in Friday Night Lights. I thought it was like a fun Friday Night Lights reunion, but he plays like the kind of creepy weirdo cop like next door, and I thought he played that so well. I thought it was really funny. It was a very different role for him, but I thought it was so funny.
He did good. It was definitely a character he had to really get into.
Yeah, and there's one of those like I feel like being on set for this movie, I feel like most comedies, but I feel like for this one specifically, like the amount of times that they would have broken character because I thought it was just comedic gold. I think my other favorite part was that Rachel McAdams, who I think is a very versatile actress, I thought was very funny. She was able to be believable in her role. She had some fun dance moves, and it was all around a good time. I enjoy her immensely. All right, soundtrack.
S.
Oh, it's like walk like
How
an
else
Egyptian.
can you make an S with your body?
I mean, you can do sign language if you're feeling
That's
fancy.
Not the same as S.
YMCA, calm down over there.
S. Soundtrack. There were a couple moments where I really liked some of the songs that were on there. There's a scene where they're in a bar and she's recreating scenes from other movies.
Oh, that's true.
And they use the music to like help recreate those, and it's really kind of funny. It adds to the comedy. You're like, oh my gosh, that's from this movie or that movie.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Yeah. I actually really liked the soundtrack because it reminded me of Stranger Things. They had like a fun kind of 80s vibe going on.
The opening scene.
Yeah, and then they kind of carried it through.
Yes. S.
Snipers. Sorry.
No.
Storyline.
We have some differing opinions on this one.
Well, it's because Morgan's wrong, so.
I could very well be. Well, actually, we'll ask you guys in the comments if you've seen it. Go ahead and tell us
Yeah, what you thought.
what your thoughts were on the storyline.
Here were my thoughts on the storyline.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fun new twist on a game night based movie. I thought there were twists and there were turns and there were unexpected things, and yet it also was very predictable and like kind of the way you want. Like, it's not supposed to be this super like Inception-esque movie where you're just like, I didn't even know what's happening. Did the top wobble? I can't even sleep now. But it was one of those fun like, aha, that was funny. They mentioned that earlier. Obviously that came in play later. And I thought they had fun twists, and I thought they all made sense.
Okay, here's my issue. Without spoiling anything, without giving anything away, this particular storyline does have some twists and turns because it's a like a murder mystery party, right? And so there are like some, there's some mystery in it, hence murder mystery. But I felt like there were a few points in the movie where things did not quite work. That was how I personally felt. I felt like it wasn't as cohesive as it could have been, that they didn't tie everything together as well as they could have. That's my personal opinion. When you go see the movie, figure it out for yourself. I think because I've seen it 3 times, by the third time I'm nitpicking, and so I don't want to nitpick, but I do like, you know, it's like you see it once and it's great and it's so good, and then you see it again and you're like, oh yeah, wait, how does that work? And the third time you're like, oh well, this, that, that. And I feel like that's where I'm at right now. But so without giving anything away, I will say it's not quite as cohesive as I would have liked it to be. But that's just me. You liked it. You really liked it. It doesn't hurt the movie. Like, I still think it's a great movie.
True. I feel like the first time we saw it, we both thought it was phenomenal. We thought it was hilarious. We were laughing in our seats the entire time. We thought it was super funny. So I think first mindset initially, like, it's a really fun, enjoyable movie. I will say, though, I have had friends that have said, if you don't like gore, I wouldn't say it's gory, but there is a part where
if you get queasy with blood.
But I don't feel like I even noticed that. Then again, I really don't. So, but we had a friend who had to leave the theater and maybe passed out and had to be in the bathroom for like half an hour. It's
done in a funny way, but if you get queasy at the sight of blood, there's like one scene that might be a little rough.
Tapping on some bones. It's fine. But also that was in the preview, so I feel like that's not a huge...
They're kind of warning you.
Yeah. But other than that, I feel like I've heard really, really good reviews from all of my other friends.
Here's a little review on the go tip. Always stay through the end of the credits.
Because we always stay. Number one, out of respect for the people who made the movie, but number two,
it's only like 5 minutes longer than if you would get up and leave right as the movie's over, and almost always there's something after the credits.
True.
Silent letters. I don't feel any silent letters. Maybe.
Just making it letters. That doesn't count.
I'm sounding out. Okay, go.
Don't. I will go when I'm ready. Don't tell me when to go.
Go see Game Night. It's really, really good.
Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to go check out Game Night. It's in theaters now. Make sure to like our page. Make sure to subscribe below if you want more content. And leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of the movie. And what you think of us. Mainly the movie. Maybe us too. We'll see you next week. Bye! Hey, make sure to go ahead and go. Just go ahead and go.
Get out of here. Get out the door.
Go on, get.
Door's there.
What are you, white fanging me?
New Girl reference.
You're welcome.
Comment if you know the episode.